Good morning, everybody. My name is Jamie Swanson, and I guess the Prevention Recovery Program is my understanding from Donnie Ramos, that it started about 10 years ago, I believe. Is that right? In a little red house near Fort Sill Indian School. Is that right? Over on Gore. Okay. And it's expanded today to be a pretty big program. So I guess I'll wait for my PowerPoint to get up. Under the Comanche Nation Prevention Recovery, we have 3 programs: the I Am Indian and the outpatient services, as well as the future hopes that we get the residential program open soon, once we lay down the groundwork with that. Is it up there? Okay. Well, one of our mission statements for the Comanche Nation Prevention Recovery, the mission statement that we modified a little bit, is that we want to encourage and assist Native Americans and our community of all ages to live a life free of substances by integrating substance abuse and mental health together, because a lot of times we don't realize that when people come through our doors, they have mental health issues like depression, anxiety. Some of them have a combination of even I say suicidal tendencies when they come in. So I am here, and I find it a great opportunity to work here because I can add that extra component to the integration model of having mental health as well as the substance abuse. But our mission is, as you read up here, these approaches is to strengthen individuals, to give families and our communities, and to promote healthy lifestyles for them. The recovery staff, we have a lot of staff. I'm a licensed professional counselor. Also, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. We also have Donnie Ramos. He has a national certification as a gambling and, what was that? Gambling counseling. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing it. He's our aftercare coordinator as well. We have Raquel Ramos. She's also in charge of the I Am Indian program. And we have Tracy Pofabidi, who is also our intake coordinator. And Melanie Atone, she does our finance. She's our finance coordinator. We also have Martin Flores. He adds a great component to our program because he does a lot of our cultural activities. He's very fluent in language, the Comanche language, and he knows the history, which is really wonderful. We also have 2 prevention techs. One is Edward Roach and Michael Powell. It's not working. Come on. Here we go. Okay. The I Am Indian uses culture as prevention, as Donnie just mentioned. We all moved from the original location on 927 South D. She has her own office there. She also has Martin Flores on staff assisting her in doing the groups. All the staff has some training as well. We have people that have went to SASE training. We have a certified gamblers, a counselor. I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time. First aid, mental health. We also have ASAM training for people, ASI. All these tools up here, I know they probably look totally foreign to you, but we need those assessment tools, and we need to be certified in those areas so that we can assess people that come through our doors. I am a certified bereavement facilitator. Also, crisis prevention specialist as well. We also have people that we also do UAs for our employees as well. So we have people on staff that are certified in OcuHealth approved urine collectors for the e-screen. Our outpatient offices will offer specialized groups. Before, the outpatient office only offered substance abuse education classes, as well as they had a gambler support group which met weekly. But we are adding more to those services. We have added a problem gamblers support group and problem gambling groups, anger management, parenting, domestic violence, marriage enrichment, and we also sat down and thought about doing some support services so that we can help our programs And we are going to offer grief support groups, grandparents raising grandchildren, and caregiver support group. The I Am Indian, as you all know, they offer a lot of different functions throughout the year, and they have meetings scheduled Monday through Friday. And you can contact their office. We have brochures over on our table that will give you more information. They all participate. All the youth who participate they have culture classes set up. So a lot of them that do participate may keep the items they make in hopes that they will enter the dance arena and pass the language and traditions to their future generations, which is wonderful seeing them out there on the dance floor. These are some of the classes they offer. Comanche language, hand drum and drumstick, cloth dress, fan, gourd, shawl. And Martin Flores is a great asset to helping these culture classes as well. A lot of the services that we need to improve on, I thought when I looked at the IHS grant, was to go into the school and offer more school-based prevention programs so that we can follow our grant for IHS, more community-based prevention programs, training for safety kids programs, education on alcohol, inhalant abuse, HIV, AIDS, and STDs, and fetal alcohol syndrome, as well as helping with the high school dropout prevention. And one of the goals that I would like to see our program do is how we can accomplish these goals is to work within our tribal programs so that we can reach out to the schools and the communities. I want to give you a few statistics about substance abuse in our youth. When I looked at the scales on the computer for SAMHSA for Oklahoma and United States, Oklahoma ranks pretty high with the United States norms, which is sad, but it tops all states when it comes to non-medical use of painkillers. A federal survey determined that 81% of Oklahomans 12 and older use painkillers for non-medical reasons. This is a big issue with our schools. Children coming in, selling drugs, all the way up to middle school, on up to high school. And I believe Raquel gave me a few statistics that she had worked with. I believe the Comanche Nation Prevention worked with the Wichita Mountains, to get some of these statistics. 19% of sixth graders, 22% of the eighth graders, and 22% of 10th graders. 24% of Comanche County 12th graders reported riding with a drinking driver in the past 30 days. That is pretty scary. How many of us have children in high school or sixth graders? We don't even, know sometimes what they're doing when they're out with their friends and what kind of influences they have. So Comanche County has 18% excessive drinking compared to the state, which is 13%. So we ranked high in that area, our county, higher than our state. Our residential program, we are laying the groundwork right now to try to get that program going. It is a great opportunity for our community, as you mentioned earlier. We're in the process of, we visited 3 different sites, 1 tribal and 2 non-tribal sites, to look at how their programs are set up. We also want to visit within our programs like the Elder Center to kind of help with our food ordering and stuff like that. We also are creating curriculum right now, trying to select some culture-based curriculum to help with the treatment program. We also, what's really important is creating policies and procedures for that program, as well as trying to get an MOA with someone to help with individuals that come to the doors that need residential treatment, that might need detox. A lot of our programs there are going to incorporate a lot of cultural healings as well. We need staff to be additionally trained as well. Also, a lot of the minor building maintenance issues that we need to address yet, but we are preparing each day for that day for the door to open.
We got a question again.
Yes, sure.
Once again, Comanche territory. We have a 7-county jurisdiction. Is our services available for those living outside our jurisdiction?
Yes, they are. And we have in the past, it's my understanding, have helped different people from different states as well. Of course, we can't, do a lot of things, but we can assist and help them in placement as well. If they live outside of the county area that we serve, they also can be assisted if they come in our county, like to do the groups, for instance. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? No? Okay.
Is there
Okay.
any questions from the audience? Anybody but Kevin? No, I tease. Here you go, Kevin.
First off, how great is it that we're here today for the first time, invited by our leadership? I mean, this is awesome. We were asked to participate, and I'm from out of state, and to all the tribal members watching online throughout the world that have talked with me on discussion boards, how exciting is it that the chairman is actually taking our questions and reading them? Thank you. It's nice. It's nice to be included. So I plan to participate today, and a lot of my questions are going to be repetitive, but I feel it's necessary. As a tribal member who lived out of state, I had no idea that this program existed. I would love to ask how many people watching online even knew something like this existed. I myself am a recovering pain pill opioid addict. As also a mental health care practitioner with 15 years experience, I would love to be a part of doing anything to bring this to Dallas, to other tribal members. Again, with the grant resources being available, there should be incredible amounts of funding available for these kind of programs, because the opioid epidemic, actually, one person dies from a pain pill overdose every 18 minutes in the United States.
Yeah.
That's scary. So think about that as we're sitting here throughout the day. Every 18 minutes, someone is dying. And I know a lot of people in Dallas, including in my family, that could benefit from the substance abuse, from the anger management, from the, all those programs you talk about. What can we do to make this a priority to serve all Comanche Nation members throughout the U.S. and provide training for the necessary personnel to be there? I mean, I think this is a no-brainer, Mr. Chairman. I think that there's so many billions of dollars available in grants right now, and we have access to them. This should absolutely be a top priority.
Yeah, I agree totally. When I first came here, we didn't offer these other mental health courses like the anger management, domestic violence, parenting. A lot of our people that come to the doors, in our outpatient, and we do an intensive intake with them as well to identify their needs. And some of their needs are, well, I need parenting to get my kids back. How can you help me? Well, we're offering that now. And some will come in with a court-ordered, you have to go through domestic violence because of a family issues in the home. And we offer that now, for the Comanche tribal members as well as others. But the thing about it is, a lot of times we don't realize what little dynamics play into substance abuse in the family. And these are new groups, and the residential program isn't open yet, but the hope is that we can get some funding with that once it starts to go. I worked at IHS for 10 years as a director for behavioral health. We didn't offer these things at IHS because IHS didn't want to do parenting, anger management. They didn't want to get involved with the court system. And I thought, you know what? People need these things. These are things that they really need to help function and to live, have a healthy lifestyle for their kids as parents, for their kids too. Because, it's very important. But you're back to your question. Certainly we can brainstorm together if you'd like, and talk about what funding could be available for your community there. And I'd be happy to, give you statistics once we start the program and see how it rolls and all that, okay? Great. We use evidence-based approaches too when we do the work with our people. We just don't use anything. And I want to make sure it's been tested and it's been proven to work. And Raquel does that in her program. She's really good at, running that I Am Ending program really well. But we also provide services to those that are court-ordered, like I just mentioned. A lot of them are going to be coming in through the doors court-ordered. And when you're court-ordered, you have to pay money, right? Fines, all these things. We are going to lower our price for non-natives to be able to get those same services as well, so that we can bring some revenue back into the tribe. Okay. We also get referrals from the Department of Mental Health, Indian Child Welfare. Probation and parole is really one of the groups that work in getting our educational substance abuse programs going. And we also take self-referrals. If you just come to the door and say, look, I might need help on this. And the good thing is we're doing marriage enrichment for couples. So a lot of couples are having a lot of conflicts. We're going to teach them skills to deal better with how to deal with their emotions, how to deal with conflict, how to problem solve, okay? So support groups are going to be an asset, and I think they're going to be very helpful for our community. Okay, sure.
Hello. I don't know if this is a question or not, but let's see. Talkany said that there's a lot of federal funds available. I guess you have to look at the Federal Register and look under health or mental, and see what's available and see when there's a notice of funds available, NOFA. And I guess our situation, we got one proposal writer for all the tribe, all the programs. So, and then also, I think A&A might fit in there somehow. There's A&A grants. And then with that residential center not open, I think CDBG might fit in there, might get some money for that, for part of the construction or renovation. Well, these are just suggestions, I guess, but if there's a lot of money out there, well, we should go after it and maybe contract with a proposal writer if we don't, if our proposal writer's got too much to handle, yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted, just a comment.
Good comment. All right.
Thank you.
Somebody from out of state, they're saying teaching the youth that Mr. Martin does a great job. And they join with you in the praise of Martin Flores.
Good.
Also, there's a question. I'd like to see our program In or Out Nation provide clarity on what services are available. So TA, I guess what they're asking, I believe we're redoing our actual website, right, Mr. Odyssey? Okay, Mr. Odyssey has kind of taken a charge on this. Mr. Odyssey, he's our retired educator, and doing that, I guess what we're trying to do, this is to a lady, Miss Burge in Texas. I won't mention your name. She's my kinfolk. Bottom line, she's, if we can be more, I guess, put it out there so they really do know. Us stepping out today like this is really a great first step. It really is.
Yeah.
For the online audience, it's important that you recognize that this body of elected officials is diligently working on recognizing your needs out there. Along with these programs, we've all met and we've discussed it, and we're doing everything we can to ensure that we can reach the masses of Comanches. So even though we have federal guidelines on some of these programs that kind of limit us to this jurisdictional area, with the gaming revenue, we are diligent about seeking, how to serve the communities out there. So we just want you to be fully aware that in all of these discussions today, you are not forgotten. We are reaching out there and trying to do the best we can to serve every single Comanche, regardless of where you are. So, and then with the website, yes, you'll hear more about that as we get IT up here today. So a lot of this information you're hearing is just kind of, the beginning of a discussion with all Comanches, regardless of where you're located. So we want to ensure you that you have a very effective business committee right now. You have a very effective team of directors and employees, and we are working very hard to ensure that we haven't forgotten you, because we know that you feel like you're not thought about out there, but I can assure you personally that we are thinking about you and doing our best to reach you and provide you with these services and needs. So just an FYI.
Very good. Okay,
Just
we're
the
kind of
last page.
all
on
right.
how-
Here we
how to
go.
get through our doors. People that are seeking services can come through or call this number. It's the same number we've always had, 357-3449. we can schedule an intake for you and get you rolling on what kind of services you need. You know, if the need is great in one community and they can't, get transportation to Comanche County, we have the Cahoma building, I think, and other buildings that we can utilize to provide some of these services as well. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.